Welcome to another Tech Help video brought to you by AccessLearningZone.com. I am your instructor, Richard Rost. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to merge tables from multiple sources into one master database in Microsoft Access. Today's question comes from Douglas in Ann Arbor, Michigan, one of my Platinum members. Douglas says, I built my company's database using your lessons over the past several years. Each of our 3 offices uses my Access database, but they all have their own local copy with the data only for that office. Now we want to merge them all together and move the data up to SQL Server Online so we're all working with the same information. How can we do that and keep our customers unique for each office? Should I have customer table 1, customer table 2, customer table 3? How would that work with forms and reports? Well, Douglas, I've been hearing this a lot lately from a lot of different students that they've got multiple offices in different geographic locations and they want to be able to all work online and share data. How do you get your databases together and sync together your customers, your orders, your contacts, all that stuff? Especially now, since it's very easy to put your data online and to use your Access database with something like SQL Server, lots of people want to know how to do this. I will start out by saying no, you definitely don't want multiple customer tables. You're going to keep one customer table. You're going to merge all the data into it. And if you want to separate it by, let's say, office, you'll just have an office ID. So you know that this customer came from Office 1. This customer came from Office 2, and so on. Let me show you how to set it up. Before we get started, I got a couple prerequisite videos for you. First, if you haven't watched my random auto numbers video, go watch this right now. When it comes to merging multiple tables together, random auto numbers are perfect. So go watch this and it'll explain exactly what I'm talking about. You're also going to need to know how to use append queries. That's taking data from one table and moving it into another one. That's very important. Go watch that video. And if you want to learn more about what Douglas is talking about, moving your Access database online, go watch my Access Online video. I explain all the different ways you could take your Access database and put it up on the web so you can work with it from multiple locations. These are all free videos. They're on my website. They're on my YouTube channel. Go watch them and then come on back. And of course, it goes without saying, anytime you do any major work to your database like this, or even minor work, or just every day, you should back up your data before doing anything. Don't make any major changes to your database and then complain to me that something broke. Go watch this video on how to make backups of your database. Very important, critical. Do it every day. Okay, so for this video, I'm going to be using my Tech Help free template. This is a free database. You can download a copy off my website if you want to. And in here, we've got customers. We got a nice big customer table. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make 2 copies of this database. All right, here it is. I'm going to copy it. Copy here. We're going to call this Office 1. Okay. Then we're going to make a second copy of it down here. Copy there. And we're going to call this one Office 2. Okay. And then just so no one's confused, we're going to make a third copy over here. And this is going to be my new database. We're going to put all the data together in this one. This is my old database, right? The old one. I'm going to save that, move it over to my backup folder. So we're just going to get that out of there for now. All right. Now, we're going to pretend for the purposes of class that this is the database from Office 1 and this is the database from Office 2. We have to do a little bit of prep. I'm going to open up Office 1. And in my customer table, I am going to delete everyone from 15 down. All right, delete. And I've only got 1 through 14 in here. Okay. And now I'm going to close this database. And let's go to Office 2. Office 2 has a whole separate set of customers. Okay. And I'm going to delete everybody from 14 up. Just like that. Okay. Now, right now, I got 2 different customer tables. But they all have unique customer IDs still, because it's basically 2 copies of the same thing. So what I want to do is I want to make these overlap the other auto numbers. All right, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, because that's the challenge with bringing together 2 databases, right? You've got auto numbers that are the same in both tables, and you have to somehow merge those. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all of these records. Okay, cut them out. Control X. All right, they're all sitting on my clipboard. Now, if I paste them in now, that still doesn't do any good because the auto numbers keep going up, right? So what I'm going to do instead is delete those again, delete them. We're going to compact the database. All right, database tools, compact. All right, it's compacted. Now open up the customer table again and now paste them in. And look at that. You got 1 through 15 back. That's a trick. If you want to get any auto numbers back after they've been deleted, you can use that trick. You compact the database, then you get the next available auto number, which in this case is 1 because I deleted all the records. Okay, so now I've got 2 customer tables, one from Office 1 and one from Office 2, and they've got conflicting customer IDs, and I want to get those together in the same database, but everyone's got to have a unique customer ID. And I still have to know who's who came from which office. Okay, so how do we do that? Well, let's close this. Let's go over to our new database. And sometimes when you compact the database, if it's sitting on your desktop, when Access, it closes it and reopens it in the background, and sometimes it moves your shortcut on you. All right, let's go into our new database here. Now, this is the new database. We're going to open up customer table, and we're going to delete everything in here. Okay, and once again, compact this database so we get a fresh set of auto numbers. Okay, all right. So if I start putting people in here, you can see they start getting new auto numbers. Okay, but again, let's delete them. All right, give it a good compact. Okay, now with this customer table, I'm going to be bringing in the records from those other 2 tables, and I want to preserve their existing customer IDs, but I don't want customer ID in this table to assign new auto numbers to them right here because I've got 1s, 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s in the other databases. So what we're going to do is we're going to unmark that as the primary key, and we're going to set it to just a number. Okay, a number of type long integer. I'm basically going to receive whatever customer ID they've already got in the other table. All right, so save that, close it. Save changes, yeah, sure. All right. If you open this up and you start putting new records in here, okay, look, that's just a number now. There's no auto number in this table at all. Okay, all right, delete that. Now, I do need a new auto number for new records. And when I bring those records in, when I import them, I need to assign them new auto numbers. This is where we're going to use that random auto number. Why random? Well, because when we put the 2 together, that auto number doesn't matter. It could be 6, it could be -4, it could be 36, right? But the chances of 2 of those random numbers having a conflict are off the charts. Okay, unless you've got millions of records, you're not going to have to worry about that. So we're going to create 2 new fields in here. And I just missed that. We'll insert there. Okay, you move down here. Okay, first is going to be new customer ID. That'll be our new auto number and make the type random. Okay, the second field we're going to add is Office ID, and that'll just be a number. And I'm going to make this my primary key now. And I'm going to move up to the top because I just like to have my primary keys at the top of the table. Just my form. Okay, so when I bring in those customers that we already have, we're going to keep their customer ID. We're going to mark their office 1 or 2 so I can tell who's who, keep them apart. And we're going to assign them a new customer ID that's going to be a random auto number. And this way we won't have any conflicts. Okay. And if you want to test this, just save it, close it, open it back up again. And if you add some records in here, look at that. There's your random auto numbers. They're totally random. Okay. And yeah, I did the math before. Random auto numbers, you've got over 4 billion combinations. So if you added 1 record every second for a whole year, you'd still only have a 1 in 136 chance of running into a duplicate value. So chances are you're not going to have to worry about duplicates. Is it possible? Yeah, it's possible, but very, 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 very unlikely. Okay, so get rid of all these. And now let's bring in the records from our other tables. Okay, here's our main database over here. Open up Office 1. Slide you over here. Here's Office 1. We're going to grab customer ID, bring you over here, drop it. Customer T1, structure and data. Okay, there it is. All right, we can close that. Bring in Office 2. Same deal. Customer T, bring it in. Customer T2. These are only temporary. We're not keeping these. Remember I said in the intro, you don't want customer table 1, customer table 2, customer table 3. No, no, no. That's bad. We're just doing it for now because we have to import the data. Could you just link to the? Yeah, you could just link to them. If you got lots and lots of records, it might be better to link. But for the purpose of the class, just import them into your database. Okay? Now we're going to do some append query work. All right, I'm going to close this, by the way. All right, append queries. We're going to append the records from customer table 1 into the customer table. Okay, here we go. Create, query design. All right, we're going to make it an append query. What are we appending into? I'm appending into the customer table. Hit OK. What table is the data coming from? Customer T1. We're going to do each one of them separately. Don't bring them both in at the same time. All right, separately. Now, since all the fields match up, bring in the star. That'll append all the customer T1 records into customer T, keeping that customer ID. And there's one field that we don't have that we need to add also. That's that office ID that we added. So come down here and pick office ID. And for this is office 1, right? So just put a 1 up here. That's going to call it expression 1. Don't worry about that. Just put the number 1. So it's going to copy all these records with their existing customer IDs, copy the office 1 ID, and we're going to get a new random auto number. Okay, are you ready? All right, run it. Now, you may see warning messages. I have my warning messages turned off. You know, Access says you're about to append 50 records or whatever. Just say yes. Now, go take a look at your customer table. Look at that. There's your new customer ID. Okay, totally random. The old customer ID, and now we know what office they're from. That's from Office 1. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing and bring in Office 2. All right, we can delete that. Okay, change the office to 2 down there. And you'll have to do this for each office. I know, Douglas, I think you said you had 3. So you just have to do this 3 times. The beauty of this is, the steps I'm showing you now, yeah, there's a lot of steps, but you only have to do this once. Once you're done, you're done. You don't have to do this ever again. Okay, so it might seem like a lot of work. Yeah, plan the day, you know. All right, but then once it's done, it's done. So bring in customer T2, bring in that star, and then run it. All right, and now check your table, and there you go. Look at that. And they're sorted by customer ID. You can see they're all staggered, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. But there's all 29 of our records, the customer and the office. Okay, we know what office they're from, what their old customer ID is, and what their new customer ID is. Okay, now we no longer need this query. We can get rid of that. Save changes, no. We no longer need these 2 tables, so we can delete these. Remember, make sure you have everything backed up first. Okay. Now, as far as using your database goes, in your customer form, okay, you're not going to want to refer to this customer ID anymore. You're going to want to refer to the new customer ID here. So I'm going to change this control source to new customer ID. That's the one you want to use. Copy, paste. Okay. And to know what office they're from, we're going to add a combo box in here. I'll slide all these guys down. Now, if you plan on adding lots of offices in the future, all right now we only got, let's say, 2 or 3, and they've got names. If you are the kind of business where you're adding them, removing them, like McDonald's franchises, then make a table, right? And then build a combo box properly. Of course, I've got videos on that, building relational combo boxes. I'm going to, of course, for class, do the simple way and just make a valueless combo box where I type it in, which is fine if you've got like 2 or 3 offices and that hasn't changed in 10 years. So I will get a combo box right there. I will drop it here. I will type in the values that I want. I want 2 columns, right? 1 is my north office, and 2 is the south office. And then I will hide column 1 just like that. Hit next. Column 1 is the bound column. And I want to store that value in the office ID. Next. What label do I want? Office. And then finish. And there I am. I'm done. Use a little format painting action. Do that. Slide you over there. And of course, change tab order. Let's see. Oh, of course, it's combo 30. I always forget that. That's one of my pet peeves. I wish the wizard would ask you what name you want for your box. Right? Office ID. For relational combo boxes, I usually call it like Office Combo. But if it's just a value list and that Office ID is the same, I just use the name like that. And we'll slide this out like so. And now I can change my tab order. Oops, wrong one. Tab order. There you are. Where are you? Office ID. Slide it up. Put it right underneath customer ID. Like that. Actually, we'll go in front of. Okay. Anyways, save it, close it, open it back up again, and there you go. There's your ID. There's your office. You know where everybody came from, north or south. Now you have a merged customer table that still has your old information in case you have to look something else up, but you also now have a combined set of new customer IDs. This is what you can upload to your SQL server, and then everyone can work on the same table. And as you add new records, you don't really have to worry as much about any conflicts either. And you can even import records if you have another remote user, let's say, that isn't connected. They could type in a new customer record, import it into here, and chances are you won't have a conflict. In fact, I'm starting to seriously wonder why we don't use random auto numbers for everything because of that reason. Now that you know how to do this, there's one other issue that you have to take into consideration, and that is all the related data in your other tables, like your contacts, like your orders. Okay? These have customer IDs in them that are pointing to the old table. So you have to go through with some append queries or some update queries and change these to the new values. How do you do that? That will be covered in the extended cut for the members. I will show you how to use a union query to bring together both contact 1 and contact 2 tables, the different contact tables from the other databases, right? We'll union them together. Then we'll do a double join because we know the customer ID and the office ID now. We can link that together to get the new customer ID and then put those together in the table. It's not super hard, but I will walk you through it step by step in the extended cut. Silver members and up get access to all of my extended cut videos. There's well over 300 of them now. And of course, gold members can download these databases. So what are you waiting for? Join today. That has been your tech help video for today. I hope you learned something, and I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and post any comments you may have. I do try to read and answer all of them as soon as I can. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, which is completely free, and click on the bell icon to select all to receive notifications when new videos are posted. Make sure you click the Show More link down below the video to find additional resources and links. You'll see a list of other videos, additional information related to the current topic, free lessons, and lots more. YouTube no longer sends out email notifications when new videos are posted, so if you'd like to get an email every time I post a video, click on the link to join my mailing list. Even if you don't want to become a member, feel free to donate to my tip jar. Your patronage is greatly appreciated and will help keep these free videos coming. I got puppies to feed. How do you become a member? Click on the Join button below the video. After you click the Join button, you'll see a list of all the different membership levels that are available, each with its own special perks. Silver members and up will get access to all of my extended cut tech help videos, one free beginner class each month, and more. Gold members get access to download all of the sample databases that I build in my tech help videos, plus my code vault, where I keep tons of different functions that I use. You'll also get a higher priority if you decide to submit any tech help questions to me, and you'll get one free expert class each month after you finish the beginner series. Platinum members get all the previous perks, plus even higher priority for tech help questions, access to all of my full beginner courses for every subject, and one free developer class each month after you finish the expert classes. These are the full-length courses found on my website, not just for Access too. I also teach Word, Excel, Visual Basic, and lots more. You can now become a Diamond sponsor and have your name or company name listed on a sponsors page that will be shown in each video as long as you're a sponsor. You'll get a shout out in the video and a link to your website or product in the text below the video and on my website. But don't worry, these free tech help videos are going to keep coming. As long as you keep watching them, I'll keep making more, and they'll always be free. Now, if you have not yet tried my free Access Level 1 course, check it out now. It covers all the basics of Microsoft Access. It's over 4 hours long, and I just updated it for 2021. You can find it on my website or on my YouTube channel. I'll include a link below that you can click on. And also, if you like Level 1, Level 2 is just $1. Yep, that's all, $1, and it's free for all members of my YouTube channel at any level, even supporters. Want to have your question answered in a video just like this one? Visit my tech help page on my website. You can send me your question there. While you're on my site, feel free to stop by the Access Forum. Lots of good conversations happening there. Be sure to follow my blog, find me on Twitter, and of course, YouTube. Once again, my name is Richard Ross. Thank you for watching this tech help video brought to you by accesslearningzone.com. I hope you enjoyed this video and that you learned something today. I'll see you again soon.